Hey, it's Roland again, BBQ Smoker Pros. I think we really lucked out today on this butt. Good fat marbling throughout the meat. We have a nice fat cap on top. It's not overly thick, so we didn't really waste money buying fat that we would have to trim. So overall, I think we did pretty good on this piece of meat. I opened all the jars up to make life simpler. Put a little olive oil on top. And that's going to help everything stick. And I know there's a million ways to do this. This is just the way I do it. You can do it any way you want. I think oil is a little bit like sticky glue. It helps everything stick to it. Then after that, hold on, let me wipe my hands. I'm going to put some butt rub on it. And be pretty liberal with the spices. I'm going to put a lot on and then we're just going to rub it on all through the meat. I love black pepper, so we can put a lot of that on also. And who doesn't love garlic? And then basically put all inside the meat, the nooks and crannies. Rub it on, and you might even do thicker than this or less. And get it inside the meat and the nooks and the crannies for flavor. That's pretty much how easy it is. You can always put more or less. Some people even put a little sugar or honey on top. And I'll show you the next step, how we put it inside of an aluminum pan. Now another thing too, most of the butts I buy are about 8 pounds. Even if I buy a 30-pound monster because it's on sale, I'll have the butcher cut into 3 pieces, even 4 pieces. People ask what's an 8-pounder? Well, it fits inside a 10-inch aluminum pan really well. It's like a small loaf of bread, if that makes any sense. Try to keep your meat standard in size. I know this size of meat, and I'm a hot guy, we'll talk about that. I cook around 285, 295. I know 5.5, 6 hours, I should have an internal temperature of 202, 203. So we'll go on to the next step. Thank you. So it's rolling back again. I don't like doing dishes. I like a clean smoker. So what I normally use is a 10-inch pan, or I have one of these, which works really, really well. I take aluminum foil. I'll lay it down in the bottom. So the extra rub, fat, sauce doesn't stick to the bottom, makes life easy to clean. And then a trick, and again, this is the way I do it. There's millions of ways. I will take 3 forks or spoons. I look at my amount of meat and I figured I'll need about 3 forks or spoons. I'll actually lay those down. Inside the pot, the pan, and I'll put my piece of meat right on top of that so it's not just sitting in its own fat. So I don't know if you can see this. It's actually a little bit off the bottom so extra smoke can get down there, and it's just not sitting in the fat, so it'll make an extra good crust on top. So I'll start finishing this off here, and then we'll bring it down to the smoker. Thank you. Now we're back again at the smoker. The smoke is not clean enough for me right now to put my meat in. I think this is really something important to talk about. Again, this is my opinion. There's millions of ways to cook barbecue. But I do believe the first half an hour to an hour when you put your meat in should be the cleanest smoke as possible. So I'll want to work on my fire to get very clean smoke. Now, it's pouring rain out here, and we're at 300 degrees with no problem, which is on the hot side. I might put it in at 285, 300. I like mine crispy, so I'm more of a hot guy. I get a lot of phone calls about fire, about how to build a fire, how to make a fire, how to control a fire. Now, luckily, this fire is taking off real well. We're not even using the fan anymore. We used the fan at the beginning to get the fire going. Once the fire got to about 250 degrees, I turned the fan off. We didn't need it anymore. I'm going to try to put a glove on here because I don't want to burn myself. Again, when you open any firebox, open it slowly because you're shoving a lot of air in there and you don't want to get a flame or a blast of smoke in your face. So I'm going to open this sort of slowly if I can with the phone in my hand here. Now, that's too much wood. That's why we're choking up in here. So I'm going to try to straighten that wood out here in the fire. And I think I'll get a lot cleaner smoke. And then I'll come back, show you cleaner smoke. And then we'll get to cooking this butt. Well, it's rolling again. We're back. And you can see now our smoke is clear. And that's what you're looking for. If it wasn't raining, it would be clear. The raindrops obviously touch it. So that was the key. The key really actually with this fire, I had to take out 5 pieces of wood. We were actually choking the fire with too much wood. Again, we were getting it started. I have the vent about half open. We're going to keep it more open today. I don't even have the fan on. We're using that pretty good dry. This, I believe, is a mixture of ash and oak. And so we're going to get ready to put the butt on. Temperature now, well, it's 325. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a little bit hot. We're going to wait till it cools down a little bit, and we'll put it in around 300. Let me see. Open the door slowly. You can actually see some of the flames from the offset firebox coming in there. So we're not going to put the meat right under the flames. That's going to burn it too much. We'll probably put the meat more to the middle left side to let it get a nice bark on it. So you don't want to burn it at the beginning. So again, barbecue is an art. And you can see the smoke now is, well, it was real clear. Now it's flamed up a little bit. It's an art. You never get it. I don't think we ever get it perfect, but we're always trying. So let me get the meat in there and see how we do. Okay, we're back now. Again, it's hard to take video and smoke with one hand. I have the temperature at 300 here. I'm going to be lowering that temperature. Open the door. Take off that little piece of burnt on it. And so there is our butt. Get this other little piece of burnt off it. We've calmed down the flames, but they're still there. Our smoke is clean. Again, we're going to keep it probably towards the middle left side. I don't want to get it too hot too fast. Yes, it's low and slow, but you know me, I'm a type A personality, so I'm still hot and fast. Our smoke is nice and clean. And really, the only couple of tools that I have, and we're just like everybody else here. We're just regular homeowners. I got some old mitts and rubber mitts. I use an ice cream scoop, I guess, to scoop up the fat and juices and put it on top. And some thongs here. And instead of wrapping it, I'm going to save on the aluminum foil. And I'm just going to use a lid. And then over there obviously is a ball, so when Bear comes out we can play with the ball. So that's all we use, simple stuff, and have not put that extra firewood in because the fire is going totally fine. You can see the smoke is clear. Let me close this up. The temperature should have dropped. Well, it did. You see that? Look at that. It dropped over 100 degrees. Well, obviously we had the door open and it's raining, but I'm trying to say is when people complain sometimes to me, they'll call me and they say the temperature's too hot. Well, either A, open the door, B, choke the fire, and that means to close the vent, or you can actually put some water on the fire to calm it down. But the fire itself is doing very well right now. We'll put those extra pieces in, and during the day some of this firewood is wet. Actually, this piece here is wet. We're going to put it on top and cook our firewood so it's nice and dry to put it in. So we'll be back in a couple hours, maybe 2-3 hours, give you an update of basting the meat, and we'll get you all the way to dinner time. And you can see our smoke is pretty clean right now. Talk to you later. Wanted to come back, give you a quick update. It's about a half an hour since the last time we were here. And our temperature is where I want it to be, about 285. And I forgot to mention about the chimney. It's my fault. You need to close that, I would say 90-95%. I'm a little bit on the open side because it's raining, so I need to have a good draft coming through. You can see it's nice, clean smoke. And everything I'm doing here is the same philosophy as if you had one of my big monster smokers. There is no difference. It all comes to fire. See, I have to fix that door here. A little leak there. And you're looking at your smoker, you know what, I'm just going to probably just take a hammer and bend it. That's what metal's for. You just bend it down. There's no reason to get crazy. So we'll give you an update on how we're doing. So like I said, now you probably should close your chimney. If it was a clear day, no rain, I'd probably be about 95% closed. It's raining, so I need to keep that flow going. 90% open. The fan is not working at all. And I have my safety equipment here, my hose, my shovel. And trust me, my wife always keeps an eye on me and yells at me if there's something wrong. So we'll keep you updated. Hi everybody, Happy New Year's. This is 2021. Thank God 2020 is out of here. This is Roland from BBQ Smoker Pros. We're going to be showing you how to smoke an awesome pork butt today in the worst conditions. And by that I mean is it's raining, it's humid, heavy air, no wind. You can see the leaves, you can even see the smoke just coming up slow. There is no wind today. It is raining. You can probably hear it. You can see it. There's my dog, Onyx. And so we're going to show you how to make a perfect butt for New Year's on a really tough day. So again, this started everything for us 15, 16 years ago. Old Country barbecue pits. We got this from Academy Sports. This is 15, 16 years old, and it works awesome. Okay. So we just lit the fire. Everybody knows how to do that. You can see it in there. It's very small right now. Our wood is wet. So we're putting the wood on top. This is not the wood we're going to be actually smoking our meat with. It has too much bark and sort of like mushrooms. It's actually good quality wood, but this is just to get the fire going. And the key to everything really is the fan. And some safety tools you should always have, because people are going to yell at me that my firewood is too close to my smoker, and you're sort of right about that, but it's raining. and I'm a professional. Don't try this at home unless you're a professional. You should have, that's a joke, ha ha ha. You should have a garden hose out. My garden hose is right here. I have a shovel. I have gloves. I started everything with the charcoal chimney starter. The fire in there is just catching on, and we're getting the fan. You can see the smoke is starting to get a little stronger, so the fire is getting stronger. And we're gonna get this wet wood dry and use that. Well, we'll continue this video inside. Hopefully I can do a good job for you all today and get a perfect butt. Yeah, you can hear that firewood splitting, the fire getting to the wood. We'll continue inside. Well, here we are up in the kitchen, and we're gonna make just a simple New Year's pork butt. Now the smoker's downstairs doing its job. The fire is going, the smoker's going. It's going to get up the temperature. You never put meat on a cold meat rack. So you want that smoker to get up there. I apologize for the drinking going on here, but there's the bear. Everybody wants to know how the bear's doing. The bear had a great New Year's Eve, and he loves drinking water. So that's the sound in the background there. We do simple here. By that I mean is, once I get the butt all ready, I'll wipe some olive oil on it, some simple butt rub, and you can get these at Costco, Sam's Club, Publix, Ingles, Kroger. I like black pepper, fresh black pepper. I think pepper after a while can get stale. And garlic. I put garlic on everything. Now again, and I'll tell you, I love Ingles. I don't know if you guys have an Ingles where you are. Great prices. This was $1.68 a pound. So I mean, I don't think there's any reason for me to drive to Restaurant Depot or even, you know, a Costco or Sam's Club. I have an Ingles just down the street from me. But again, that's up to you. Go everywhere you want. I think the key to everything is trying to pick out a really good piece of meat. Now, this is just in my opinion, this is a pretty good butt. You can see the fat throughout the piece of meat. Not really any huge globs of fat, so I'm not wasting money on that. This was a boneless one, and I'm going to show you later on. I do like a boneless. I do like the bone, but a boneless here, we're going to be able to put more rub and stuff inside of it. And so again, this is how it looked in the supermarket. And I mean, I had to go through probably about 8 or 10 of them. I think this was a pretty good one. And everybody has their own opinion. But we're going to be working with this one. I'm going to put you on pause and continue the video. Hey, this is Roland from BBQ Smoker Pros. Well, we just finished off our butt. It was in there for about 6.5, 7 hours. It was raining. About 47 degrees, raining and cold, so it took about an extra hour than I thought. But you can see how it just breaks apart with a fork. So again, our goal was to get the internal temperature to about 202, 203. And then we let it rest for a while, and then we're going to be breaking it up. So I hope that this video was very helpful for you and your family. If you have any questions or would like to have a smoker, give us a call, holler, or text at 770-866-2561. And our website is our name, BBQSmokerPros.com. And barbecue on, and it's time for me to keep pulling this apart and get dinner ready. Thanks again, and like and share our video. Have a great day. Goodbye.